Hello and good morning. Welcome to today's live this beautiful morning. It's a pleasure to have you with us this morning, and I do hope that you would enjoy this beautiful ride with us. I have Engineer Tony, Joyce, and Solomon on set this morning. Good
We're
morning.
all here. We're
Good
all
morning,
here.
student.
My favorite person is here as well.
And they are wearing black together.
That's the favoritism. That's what makes her my favorite.
Okay.
Somebody's what he's saying.
what
Just wait, they will soon fight.
What is joining you? Is it school or money?
Oh, passion.
The gospel.
The gospel. Okay, so I know you're wondering why they're talking about school and passion and all that. It's just because our topic today is, why do you go to school? Is it because of school? I mean, is it because of passion or money? What exactly is your reason of going to school? And a lot of times you'll find that people go to school more because they find this promise that if you go to school, you'll make it.
You'll make it in life.
So on this set today, we're going to be finding out how true that is.
We are going
and
to
how
be leaders
wrong.
of tomorrow.
Mhm. Exactly.
Is
All
it
the
that
promises.
the children have not grown or the tomorrow has not come?
I think the tomorrow has not come.
I'm sure they told my grandfather that thing. He didn't leave anybody except his own family.
Right. So we're talking.
You need to see how we are marching from the assembly ground. Leaders of
tomorrow.
tomorrow. Try and
Parents.
pay our school fees.
That song is a big scam. It's a trick. I'm telling you.
Parents, listen to your children.
When you don't pay that fees,
That's the song.
when you don't pay that the fees, right? It makes it's just a funny way of saying, if our fees is not paid, you are responsible for our irresponsibility later in the future.
Yes. If I don't become a leader, you are responsible.
Honestly.
Could it be that's the reason why some people are still bitter based on the topic we treated some days back?
Because they were
That's
deceived by
possible.
you.
That's possible.
I didn't mean my father paid my school fees. By now, I should have been a GM. Or
Okay.
It's not by going to it's not by going to school, though. It's not even by favor. It's not by going to school. It's not by favor. You know, some people think that what they had was what gave them the positions they have today. It may not be so. There is a place where God plays his part. But don't say God, everything, so that when you don't do your part, you still come back to say, God did not do this for me. No, it's wrong. That's what I'm saying. Because there are people who never enter the classroom in their life. They are the one fixing your car today.
I actually came across a story of an actress who was talking about how she has made name for herself and how famous she is, and then she mentions that sometimes she wishes she had gone to school, but she did not have that opportunity to go to the classroom. But she's made name for herself, and she's
People don't know that everything you see is a school.
Exactly.
Everything you see is a
Exactly.
school. Something tells you, see, if you go and climb that ladder there, you will fall. Not climbing and going home without a bruise, without a cut, without a broken bone. You schooled yourself. So if you decide to fail the class next time by seeing the ladder and trying to climb again, that one is up to you. Because there are people who have studied, yet they disregarded what they were taught. And then they try something else. Even the Bible says when you break the wall, you'll be beaten by the snake. So everything has its principle, has rules, has regulations, and when you apply the right method, the things work for you. Do you want to tell me that everybody that is rich today knows God?
No.
So where is the role of God in your riches? There are people who know God. They have preached this gospel, but they died of sickness that they have prayed for people to get, and people got healed from.
Yeah.
What happened? So basic principles in life should not be ignored. Somebody showed you signs that he has tendencies of slapping you if you go into a relationship, and you say that is the person. God forbid that I leave this person and join another person. Somebody shows you tendencies that he can carry knife or she can carry knife and stab someone, but you say that's your bestie. Somebody showed you tendencies that, see, me, I don't know how to keep anything. No, if you say it, I will say it.
That's your confidence.
But you went ahead and said it. Do you understand? So everything in life teaches you. Coming back to our topic before we go far.
I was almost asking, are we talking
overboard.
about riches or we are talking
Yeah,
about school?
you see, talking about our topic, I don't think you go to school just so that you become rich.
There are people that go to school because they
That's
want
the
to become
reason.
rich.
That's
It's,
the
it's not
reason.
the people that are talking now. It's Tony Nakari that's
Okay,
talking.
okay.
Except if you want to address the people, I can give you a chance to address them.
No, go ahead.
Okay, thank you, ma.
Let's hear your point.
You see, going to haven't you seen people that are extremely dumb, but they have PhD?
Yes.
Extremely dumb.
Like, honestly, you have
Okay,
no
they-
idea.
They bought it. They bought the certificate.
I don't know.
But
You
they
have
have
no
it.
idea. But
I
they have
don't
it.
know.
They probably bought the certificate.
Recently, I was in a university. Recently, I think less than a week now. A friend of mine was writing an examination, his final examination. I think they are doing masters or something. I can't remember the program. And I went there, packed. They were all seated in one place. Directors in the federal government and all. But I listened to the conversation. And then I asked myself, in the first place, how did these people all get their degrees?
Wow.
They talked about the economy. They were clueless. They talked about love relationship. They were clueless because we were there for over an hour. They talked about life. They were clueless. They talked about things going up and down. Everybody was sounding like people who never entered, So, how are you doing that MSc or whatever that program was? You know what? They said in one of the examination, people were slipping in phones through the window for people to use and ask AI to write the exams for them. Secondly, I was with a very top government official. I said, Oga Tony, na copy AI na copy in Sakwe. That I copy this AI, I copy it and just paste it and I move on. Sir, what if you get used to AI for 5 years
Jesus.
and AI is banned? There are things that are meant to help you, not to replace your knowledge. Do you know how I use AI? I write everything I want. Then I send it for it to check spellings and grammar. That is all. Because there are times when you type things and you are rushing, and Microsoft Word may not underline that thing for you. It might underline it. It might sound like it's correct. But if you just put it on the AI, it corrects your spellings in case you forgot to spell something correctly. It spells it correctly for you. It tells you this grammar you should have sounded this way and all of that. That is it. But you can't go and ask AI, I am doing today's like this is a topic, tell me what to say. And you copy word for word and you say. Now that is the struggle in America. Children don't want to go to school. What if I can ask Siri? What if I can ask Alexa? What if I can ask Chat GPT? What if I can ask Google Assist? What if I can ask all of these things? I don't have to know it. Because they really believe that the educational system is built upon the memorization of information.
Well, I just feel we already have this belief that when you talk about school, people just restrict it to just the building, like an educational institution, university, polytechnic, colleges, secondary school.
But in this case, Joyce,
No.
I think that's what we're looking at, right?
Yes.
In this
It's
topic.
school, why go to school? it's all encompassing. For me, I see that school is not just about the building. It's not just about the educational institution. It's also a process of learning and growing. Like that's what I see school. And like you rightly explained earlier on, life itself, it's a school. There are certain experiences you go through, like when you're about to take decisions some other time, you are careful or you are not taking the same route because you learned from the other experience. It's just unfortunate that some of these technologies that come to help or to make learning easier, people abuse it. But you see, because learning does not stop, is not stagnated, the process is always growing. There are also lecturers that go through plagiarism school also, or some forms of learning, so that when you also go into the classroom and you plagiarize or you copy like directly from AI or ChatGPT and you just paste it, they can also detect that this is actually not your work, and you find at the end of the day you still fail and you end up repeating the whole course. Like evidence of learning or schooling should not just be tied to certificate, like I always say, but it should be seen in your day-to-day activity, your attitude, your interaction.
But Joyce, in this part of the world, that's the goal.
I was actually going to just
That's
say
the
that,
goal.
but
That's why people can call and say, you people, can you sell this certificate for me? Of course, of course, we can sell it for you if you have up to this, because we will meet every lecturer to formalize this. We'll do this, we'll do this. So if you can pay for it, we'll give it to you. Send an account number, and suddenly the person earns it. And the reason why people are looking for this certificate is either they can get promoted at work, or there is a job that is the qualification, or this. But people are not even thinking of their own intellectual capabilities.
You have
they
that
don't
in the
because
country where
if you are given that job, you have the job to do. You understand my point? If you are given that job, you have the job to do. So don't just get the certificate just to get the job and not know what to do later.
You know, you only have that scenario in a country that exalts certificate over skills. And that is why people go all about to just acquire the certificate.
Almighty Africa.
Yes. So we have instances, like currently in Nigeria, the Ministry of Education, or through the federal government, through the Ministry of Education, recently there was a memo or news about certificates from Cotonou from 2017 being like cancelled, something
people
like
just
that.
Go there to get these things.
Because an investigative journalist actually went ahead to investigate all of this, because there were reports that people buy certificate, like people from Nigeria go and just buy certificate, and he decided to go through the same path, like unknown to them. He was an investigative journalist, and in 6 months he got a certificate, a degree certificate from a university there. And I think it was that report that prompted like further investigation, and then declaring results from 2017 till date like invalid from such universities. So you always have that where in a country or in a nation that exalts like certificate, like the paper qualification over skills. Now you have organizations where like payments is not even organization. Almost everywhere in Nigeria, for example, like payments are based on qualifications, not really about
of course
your skills
your
or what
abilities,
you put forward. And that is why everybody's going all out. But like you ask the question, why as an individual, why are you going to school? Is it because of money? For example, in a situation whereby your payment is based on your qualification. So is it because of money, or is it because of like your passion? There are people right now. Recently, there was a content creator that we saw graduating from one of these from the university, studying banking and finance. Like, he has the money. I saw a lot of people commenting like, why are you going to school? Like, you have money already. So you see, for some people, you only go to school
that is
to make
mentality.
Money. So why are you going
to mentality?
The day of graduation, that's the day they are meeting him as their classmate. Some of them don't even know that is their classmate. Is that day that they are
that one is left for the school to verify.
But
but you see, in such instances now, using this person, you see, based on his line of passion or the content he's creating, is nothing related to banking and finance. And for that, some people are like, why are you going to college? Why are you going to the university? I also saw one of these DJ, like, she has 3 degrees, and she was saying how that she loves learning. and she wants to go for another degree, and people are like, why? Your father is the billionaire, like one of the richest men.
It has
And then-
nothing to
Yeah,
do with
It
that.
has nothing to do
entirely,
with that.
entirely.
I have actually seen a scenario where, in fact, not even just a scenario. You go to school within the walls of the school, you find two different types of students. One student just decides to do everything it takes to learn, and when I mean learn, this person is always neck deep in his books or her books and studying and all that because she wants to learn, not just for the grades, but because she wants to know. And then you also have another student who cannot care less whether he goes to classroom or not. At the end of the day, if he writes exam and he passes with even just a one mark over, he's jubilating because, well, school was not in his plans in the first place. So that's how we approach life in general. Not everybody is interested in the learning in the four walls of a school.
You know, this
For some people-
this white T-shirt that people buy, I write nonsense on it.
Sign out.
Sign out.
There
Honestly.
are people that, right? There are people that went to the same school, graduated, but you don't find they are not caught in that web. They don't do that. And guess what? They are the most educated, intellectual, the ones that came out with the true flying colors. You won't see them around markers and white colored T-shirts doing anything. You don't see them.
Even if they have, it's not everybody they're allowed to sign on their shirt.
You don't even see them. You don't even see them most of the time.
People end a good relationship, based on the issue of shirt signing, because the person is advising otherwise. No, do you really need this? You have graduated. You have good grades. Why all this? If you don't do this, would anything move out from you? Like, is it necessary? But you see, what I want to say is not just the issue of money or passion, but you see the strategic nature of the people that brought education to us, particularly in this part of Africa. You always talk about the issue of memorization. That's what they gave us. But when you're talking about real solving situations, issues, solving problems, that's what they are concentrating with their citizens.
I think that it happened this way. At that point, it was the memorization as well they were practicing. But over time, they outgrew it. But you see, our problem here is that we did not grow from the memorization. Instead, we are focusing more and giving more attention. That is why you will find parents fighting with their children because the child says, no, I want to be in art class, and the parent is like, no, you have to do that medicine. If you don't do medicine,
Science.
you must do science so that you be a doctor. So that I can have a doctor in my house. Doctors are the ones who actually rule the world. They are the ones that have money. Or you hear engineers are the ones that have money, and say you're an artist.
They have
How
prestige.
many? What? As an artist, what would you get?
There's
You're not
nothing.
getting anything.
There's nothing. If certain courses are not important, they will not be there in the university.
Exactly.
They will not be there in the university. You understand? So there is no course that is without at the end. There is none. It just depends on what you are able to do. Recently, I heard. I sat with someone and he was telling me what a commissioner of commerce earns in a state. So I said, so why is everybody fighting to go for agri, health, and
Is the why go to school? For some people, if your own idea is money, they look out for courses that they think you can make money at the end of the day. Some parents force their children to study medicine. Some feel, you can only get money from like courses like engineering, nursing, accounting, and that is law.
Law.
So that's why they influence their children, or the children to think in that direction, that if you go to school, you want to go to school and make it or become rich, you must take courses like this.
it has a lot to do with who you are, not what you study.
Exactly.
It has a lot to do with who you are. Think about it. When that man was talking to me, he said it is the commissioner of commerce that gives government money. and government gives back to health, works, all of these ministries, the roads they do and all of that, the money comes from commerce. So I said, are you serious? I said, this commerce guy that looks like, So I found out that in that state, they have tricycle, they have commercial vehicles, they have the state government owned, they are all under commerce. They are all under commerce. Anything that gives the state money is under commerce.
Wow.
So the commissioner always looks like there's nothing in the state. Ashay. Is this man gets
A shake up.
not knowing, that's a shame. Not knowing, not knowing that this guy brings the most revenue in the state. Now you see, people will think he went and studied, got PhD, and all they gave him was commerce. And the guy is quiet. He's not fighting. You are fighting on his behalf, but he knows why he's not fighting. He knows why he's not fighting. People are saying school is a scam. School is a scam. That is why today, if we remove chat, if we remove voice note, can Joyce chat? Sir, are you coming to the office? Like walkie-talkie. She will carry phone. Sir, are you coming to the office? Is it walkie-talkie? Chat. Type it. It is important for you to decide this is who you want to be. Not only that, why?
Yeah.
That's where passion comes in.
That is right. That is the point, and that is why it wouldn't matter what you went to study.
True. I had that.
If you are able to agree, sorry, Joyce, if you are able to say that why, it makes your study different from other people. It makes whatever you study different, because if you say I want to be a doctor because I want to have a hospital that can cure XYZ disease, and this is the formula I want to use, you have made it.
But what do you do? Because I'm bothered also. Part of our problem is the system. Now, a professor was once lecturing in, I think, medicine or one of these sciences class, and then next building beside them is like the theater arts film ground or something where they use for practical. And he was feeling disturbed by the noise coming from there. And it was actually a play that was going up, and you know how theater students, where you play a scene that's like they clap or something like that. That why would a parent send his child to school to come and study course like theater arts? And we also have this impression as a people. Most people don't understand the essence of even like school. You find out somebody introduces himself in a gathering and say, I'm a student, or I'm a BSc holder or BA in music. There's a way they look at the person. When another person says, I'm studying medicine, there's some form of accolade we give to that kind of person. And that is why you see people end up going to school and then they come out because they have the expectation that when I study a course like this is how I'm going to be in the society. They end up going, memorizing, getting the grades and coming out because they lack passion. There's no innovation. The world we talk about today and all the things that, like the people that we keep mentioning their names, is based on innovation. What can you do that is outside of the norm? What have you come up with that is helping solve? What
makes you different?
Makes you different and help solve situation or challenges or address certain problems. Like I think people should see school or education as a process of learning. And for me, I think passion should be one key motivation or should be the key thing in you deciding whatever course you want to study. Because now people do not want to, and I was about to even ask a question about how do you do in a situation where you apply for a course based on passion and then the school give you another one. There are instances somebody will apply for medicine and you give him special education
or building.
Right, so I actually know of someone who applied for political sciences, and now he's studying. Okay, it's still close to the political science, but he's studying local government development administrative.
It's close. That one is
close. At least that's close. But for someone who applied for nursing and she's studying glass and syndicate, I'm really confused.
I know someone that they gave him a different course. He went ahead. He graduated, then applied for that thing that he wanted. And he got it. Yes.
And there are some that
Now
just bounce
it's
the
a
admission. They
graduate,
don't
Yeah,
go.
some people just
Somebody
bounce it.
applied for mass
So,
communication and she was
so-
giving religion and philosophy. And she was complaining bitter about it. Did I say I want to become a pastor? Or did I say I want to become like this was the course? And the person goes in to study the course because he's thinking, if I apply next year, I might not even
You might not.
get the admission again. So they are just going ahead. So how do you navigate your
How
way
do you
through?
navigate? And I would like to add this part of the question here. So when I was still preparing my mind to go to the tertiary institution, I wasn't sure what I wanted to do, but I had one thing in mind. I wanted to do interior design, which is really not found in. I think I checked almost all the schools I could check in Nigeria, and I could not find one actually offering that course. But here's the problem. When I mentioned to someone that I wanted to do interior design, the person asked me, why would you waste your time to go to school and study something that you can just do a 3-month professional course on? In fact, 3 months is too much. You can do 2 weeks in under somebody. And already that had dampened my motivation to actually go to that, and coupled with the fact that I could not get a school close by that I wanted to go to. So when you're looking at situations like this, how do you navigate your way through all these kind of things? And I know we keep saying that you need to be focused and determined, but sometimes even focus and determination can be really weak. Sometimes your determination can just be discouraged. So how do you get over
That
all these things?
certificate is what everybody wants to get, the recognized one. Because you can go study that for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, or even 3 months, as you thought
Case
of
may
from
be.
the beginning, and you go and be a master at that. But you know what? People will look down on you if it's in this Africa. You didn't even go to school. Even if you have built the biggest interior design company in your state or wherever you live,
They
will
must
still
mention
say
that at
that
the end
girl,
of the sentence.
and she's an illiterate.
And
They-
she
that's how they will say it.
Mm.
But we think that the way we define literacy is funny.
It's funny.
It's funny. We see people that have not gone to school as illiterates, and people that have gone to school as literate people. I don't understand.
I
It's
just
also
find it funny
ignorance
because
that is
sometimes
causing
it's
that.
Do you
Because
understand?
literacy in
Yeah,
itself it just means you having knowledge in a particular
Particular
field.
field.
That is it.
That is it.
That is why people tell you, I am literate in computer. I am literate in trading. I am literate in... And then you see somebody selling cola nut. And you see all these illiterates that are... Who told you that is an illiterate? While you are there, you know most of the people that borrow people money are people who should not have money like the people who came to borrow from them. Have you noticed that? Or did I say it in a confusing manner? Okay. Go and check. Most of the people who go to borrow, they borrow from people who don't seem to be like in their class, as the society have said.
Yes.
They are illiterate in wealth.
Do you understand?
Yes.
You are illiterate in wealth creation, but you look spooky all the time. You look like this person has this, but you are borrowing 4,000 to buy fuel to go to work, and the person that is borrowing you the money does not even have tire to roll.
True.
We should just stop thinking that you must go and get a degree, you must dress well and do this. Look at the lady we brought here, the lady that sells grains. I see her, she's all over. She is everywhere. And I saw her one day in a car. And then I asked her online, I said, you know how to drive? She said, yes. That's her car. But she's always in the mud. She's always in the rain. She's always in the... Yesterday I saw a video of her online. I'm like, Kai. This girl can get that dirty. Wait till she close from work. Sometimes when she posts her life outside work, you will never marry the two together. But you see, there is a mentality that we always have in Africa, that if you don't have a job that presents you clean while you are working and while you are off work, that you don't really have a job. Sir, You see these bricklayers, these masons,
Mm-hmm.
they pay them 5,000 a day. If you get a job from Monday to Saturday, that means you have 30,000 naira in a week. Multiply that by 4.
And there are sites that will take 3 months.
More than. There are sites that will take 2 years.
Yes.
If you are building a very big hospital for a state, if you are working there, it's going to be a long time. After this, we go this. After this, we go this. After this, we go this. And you keep working. Imagine a place like Jute. They are still building. For the past 10 years, they have been building. What if the same builders have been in that school working? So if you make 30,000 a week, in 2 weeks, you have made almost that minimum wage that we are still dragging. So in a month, you have twice the minimum wage.
Right.
So what are you doing in an office, AC blowing you?
And we
Okay.
talk about laundry. That's one I'm quite a little bit familiar with. You talk about those who do laundry, and then you see that for every person that comes, you are giving that. So at the end of a day, you're having like 5,000 naira or more, because it depends on how much clothes you receive to laundry for people. And at the end of the week or at the end of the month, you are getting over 100,000, depending on how good your week is. So why do we always attach money making to going to school, when more times than not, in fact, you go to the school and what the school is teaching you, when you come out, you're like wondering, did I actually go to school to study this? Because some of these things are not realistic in the world that you're living in right now. Things have moved ahead, and in the school you're like still way back a little bit, maybe like 10 years backward, and things have moved forward, and you're seeing that some of these things are not even you can't even implement them in your today's life. So if you really want to make money, I'm not so sure that school is the best. All right, school does have its own parts to play, but it's not all about that. For some people, earlier on, Joy said it's passion that brings them to school. It's because that's what they love to do. It's because I love this that
Who
I'm
says
applying
you
for.
cannot
Just,
make money out of your passion?
You make
Brilliant.
money
You
out of
become
passion.
successful.
I'm
Even
seeing
when you
passion.
go to school, when you graduate, it's a passion that gives you the money. It's not because
Exactly.
just a lot of people have graduated and we have employed them. Are we not struggling to keep them? We are. They are not passionate about working here. We are struggling to keep them. It's a struggle. It's another work to get them to work well. And you are not paid for that. It's painful. You see, I give you an instance. I told you and Hassan the other day, we were driving, and I told you, I said, I went to Abuja last week. And I checked into a hotel. The hotel is very big with a compound. Very big. It's massive. It's old. So it's very big. So I came back from church, and then I was on bed all day. And then I decided at 7 that let me just stroll round so that I can relax my nerves, I can stretch and come back. A girl of, I think, 16, 17, but she lied to say she was 18, approached me to say, sir, I saw you walking out of the reception. I just knew she was going to beg or say something. I said, yes. She said, are you Lottie? I said, yes. She said, can I follow you? I said, to where? She said, to your room. I said, why? She said, let's go and have fun. Joyce, that girl, if she's old, 17. If she's old, 17. I looked at her. I said, what are you doing here? She said, it's Sunday. She came to have fun. I said, where do you stay? She said, Massacre. And you came to Central area. I said, no. How old are you? She said, I am an adult. I said, you are not an adult. You are a child. She said, sir, leave that one. I was almost in tears. I said, who did you come with? She came alone. So I said, no, you should go home and you should stop this life. So I removed money from my pocket. I gave her 5,000. When she collected the money, she says, I have collected this money, but I'm not going home. That I'm going to the pool side now. I want to have fun and I want to get someone. Then the next day, I was coming back, right? Then I decided to buy some things at a shop. So I saw a girl of the same age as the sales girl of the place where I went to buy stuff. And then I said, this is the one I should have given money, not that one yesterday. But I didn't know that after giving her, I thought what I said would break her, and then I'll see her going back home. She surprised me. Then I started telling Ike, the guy who sells the stuff. And I said, something happened yesterday. It's still disturbing me. He said, what? I told him. He said, Oga, in that our area, because I told him where the girl said she was from. He said, in that our area, that is what is happening. From 14, some of them, their parents would tell them, I don't have money to put you in any school nonsense. You are a girl. Go and look for money. Now, you know why I'm telling you this story. Because his wife employed a girl to work for 40,000 monthly. The girl said no, that she prefer. 4 days later, she stopped coming to the office. So the girl prefers that they pay her weekly. 10,000 weekly. The woman agreed, but the girl still didn't do the work. So she left. So they paid her for the days that she worked. So they now heard that she's jumping from one man to the other in the area. So when they asked her, she said she doesn't have time to work for 30 days before she gets paid. So she would rather look for a trade. And the fastest means, if you get one man 20K, you get another man 20K. If you get 20K every day, in a week, you have 140,000. So why would she go to school to spend money when she has a trade that she doesn't need the information about? But you know what? This girl is not informed of the dangers that are attached or affiliated to that job or that business that she chose to do. Now, you see, nobody wants to come to work and work and work and work and end. And work and work and work and end. And work and work and work and end. Some people will tell you, even the salary, when they pay you, before it comes, it has finished.
Yes.
There is no amount of money in this life that will make you satisfied. That is how money is created to be.
You talk about people you struggle to keep at work. It's because people went to school for money and not for passion. And that is why you end up getting employed, because you already have an expectation. So when you don't see that coming, you just keep struggling through the work. But if it's something you're passionate about, it's your passion that will keep you motivated. I've had people work and complain about certain things not working. And I tell people, just keep playing your part. Just keep doing your part. I mean, eventually things will get to working for you. Now, the reason is this. You only find yourself motivated on a job if you are passionate about it.
Yes.
Because there will always be reasons to kick you away from the job. It is only your passion that will keep you there. So is going to school for wealth wrong? No. But I said earlier on, who says you cannot make money out of your passion? Because you can become successful. There are a lot of people that went to school, study courses like nursing, because that person is passionate about taking care of the sick. There are women right now that are, even men too, into nursing, and they are making a lot of money. Now, it's not just tied to, okay, I went to school to make money, but their passion of taking care of the sick and seeing them get well made them study such courses, and they got employed and they are in the job because of how their input has been contributing greatly to the job.
Exactly. And I just wanted to add that what you're saying is that at the end of the day, they have more connection, because the people that they took care of would want to appreciate, not even just them, but even the guardians of the patients. They are appreciative of how this person took care of the
when you
so
keep
you
thinking, when you keep thinking of money, you will get the money, but that's all you have.
Yes.
At a point, you will find out that you are not knowledgeable about what you studied, because your mind was engrossed with the talk of money. Money, 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 money. And then you come on the show, you can't talk well. And then you go to barb, you can't barb well. And then you go to sew clothes, you are still thinking, you can't do, because your mind is engrossed, is just occupied thinking about money. If money is what you want, is the money, you get the money, but you have to keep working for the money. You have to keep working for the money. It gets to a point that you find yourself very, very frustrated in life.
You see, I look at it this way, if you're passionate about something, it brings what we call contentment. Because you are passionate to go to school because you want to acquire knowledge that you will use it. That question that you ask, why? Because definitely if you say you are passionate about something, there must be why. And you must be clearly and genuinely answer that, because that's the fuel. that will draft your passion. The reason why you are passionate about the thing. So if that is your drive, then whatever comes out your passion, you will be contented with. And passions bring money. And the question of money that we are asking, for the reason why you are doing what you are doing, what kind of money? We have doctors that are being paid well, but are doing shady deals with human parts in hospitals. We have accountants that graduated with first class. They are doing well. They are looking for them left, right, and center organizations because they want to engage them because how knowledgeable they are. But we have some, again, that are good like that are doing shady things because they are not contented with what genuinely they are getting out of their passion. So if we're talking about money, getting money for what you do, what kind of money? I think we should ask that question. If you are looking for the money that we call, yes, the world is pushing, that if you don't have that kind of money, you don't arrive, then that's where the question is. Because we know certain people that study for passion just for them to fix things. Just for them to create things that would ease certain things for people. They are there. Some of them, they are not even recognized. Not until that thing that they were passionate about came to limelight. And people were like, wow, can we do a mass production of this? After he has forgotten that he may even get money from it. And that is when his money will start counting. So what are we talking? If you are passionate about something, definitely there will be contentment in it. So that means you can be growing gradually in what you are doing, receiving what you are receiving, solving the problems. Because solving the problems give you more joy than the money itself. So when the money comes, it's just what the Hausa man would say, Gyara. It's just an addition. It's just a spice to what you are doing. So you enjoy it more because the money come to spice the enjoyment, to keep you more motivated. You understand?
So you already have your motivation there, but the money is just an added advantage.
Yeah. So basically, that's just how I see it.
Can be a result of the passion. Like most people that bring about innovation are people that are passionate about what they do.
Yeah.
The guy that thought about AC, the light bulb. Look out the times he tried.
I wanted to say that,
but he kept doing it. It's only passion that will make you. But think about it, that it was for money, and then he didn't get the result.
He would have been a tailor.
Yeah, he will leave it. There are a lot of people that keep jumping from one profession to the other or one course to the other because the idea, the driving force is money, and they don't get it. Or because it's all about money. People give you contract, and then you do rubbish because you're not passionate about it. All you want is the money. Let me do and finish and get more paid. And then they are not satisfied. Nobody will come again. But if you're looking at passion, when somebody comes to you with a material and say, I want this kind of dress, you're looking at the beauty. You're looking at the outcome. So you're more like, you're taught to be geared toward making the person look this beautiful or this handsome rather than, okay, let me just finish and just get paid. That's why you have some people collect money from people and they don't end up doing the job.
Joyce, most tailors, why is tailors like so?
Call them fashion designers.
Fashion design, okay. But we had somebody saying that they should call him tailor because he knows what he's doing and he's passionate about.
No, but
it's not calling him fashion designer that will give you money. That thing that he knows. Just call me tailor. Let me do my money. But what I'm trying to say, check most tailors that disappoint. Most of them, their mind is the money. That is why they don't care about delivery. They collect from here, collect from there, gather the money, and they cannot
give you the
deliver.
same date to deliver.
The same date to come and collect. They will
They
make
always.
sure
Why do they always say Thursday by 4? Every tailor you meet, they'll tell you Thursday by 4
or Friday by 6.
I gave a lady material recently. I called
Friday
and I said,
by 6 o'clock.
I told her that I actually want this. Like I'm about to send the money. I've not sent the money. I was like, I'm going to make the payment now, but I would like to. Can I get it like in 2 weeks' time? And she told me no, like so that you don't even send the money. She said no, you can't get it. I'm working on this project and it's going to take me this long. So if you want your dress and you want like it has to be so time. These are people with principles. These are people that are passionate about what they do. But if it's another person, because you just mentioned money, okay, can I get it? You even get it next
before
week.
Then.
And then you collect the money, and at the end of the day, you either do rubbish like the fashion designer or the tailor that was just trying to raise like the top of a man. literally sewed it like we sewed it for a woman. And when the person was complaining, is it off shoulder that you did for me? He said, no, it's your hand. Just raise your hand like this. And the
So
trouser
the person be walking like this.
and the trouser did not even reach down. It was just hanging. I said, no, just bend small, bend small. And the person was shocked and looking at it. Say, no, raise the hand like this. Because you
Bougie
dropped your-"
tailors. you know all
And
these
carpenters
bougie,
too.
all these bougie tailors and carpenters. They will just disappoint you and they will tell you Thursday by 4. I don't know what
All
is.
those Tangale bougie people.
I don't know what is about. I don't know what is with them on Thursday 4 p.m.
Saturday is the main day,
Mm.
so they want you to try it Friday. So that's why you
They can
collect.
mend it.
So that they
I want to ask us a question on
Yes,
this.
sir.
Is there an endeavor in this life that has not produced multi-billionaires?
don't see it.
So why do people think they have to be in a particular trade to make it?
I think lack of information, sir.
It has nothing. It has
Mm.
nothing to do with the trade,
Mm.
but it has everything to do with who you are.
Yeah.
It's
Yes,
true. It's true.
exactly.
That's just-
It's just disheartening that the whole world, or rather the community that we found ourselves in, has just distorted our mindset a lot, and you find that everybody's just so focused on certain things without actually being focused on what really matters, like as we've mentioned on this set, passion, and actually how you can be innovative and all that. So we really need to change and adjust our mindset so that we realign ourselves to the right mindsets, and at the end of the day, you go to school because you're passionate about it, and you would get satisfaction from it, be it money wise or network wise. Thank you so much for this beautiful conversation. It was really lovely, and thank you for staying tuned. We really appreciate you. We do hope that you join us again tomorrow for another beautiful episode of Today's Life. So for now, we'll say bye, and make sure that your mindset is focused on the betterment of your society rather than just earning money. Take that.